Do you really wanna see cash? Whoa, whoa, nigga, be up on your way. But have a nice day. Do you think that you can see biz? Whoa, whoa, do you think that you can see? There, 91.9 FM, KCSB in Santa Barbara. Word on the Streets Radio. You're tuned in live and direct with your boy D Tragic. We got DJ Ronnie Cash in the house. What's popping over there, sir? Special guest, y'all. We got Damizza Young in the house. How you guys doing? Michael Jackson died for your sins. What? We got Mo Thug Records Big Kaz in the house too.
I met Kaz, right? He was gonna kill me. What?
You don't want to hear this story.
Santa Barbara local. That's just me. I'm an 805 kingpin. What? No, I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, man. I mean, you know, one of my dreams was to be on KCSB and play rap music. But I ended up going to the commercial station because I ended up cussing on KJUC and the program director was listening.
Oh no.
But I didn't think anyone was listening, so I'm like, I'm gonna keep playing this freaking record until someone calls up and tells me to change it. And the only person listening was the program director, so that was that.
Explain to him how you met him and what happened.
Well, Dr. Dre called me up and said, come to the house, I got something I want to show you. And I said, what the hell do you want to show me? And I said, like, I know where you live. And he said, well, I live at da-da-da-da-da, come by. And I'm like, okay, so I go to his house. And it was a trip because, you know, you go to Dr. Dre's house and you think, oh my God, there's going to be pits and, you know, security and all this. He's had this Playboy Mansion looking house. And I walk in through the garage and right inside the door is an SSL studio room. Like a big studio in a den kind of thing. Like a full board tape machine, like the whole thing. And I look inside the booth kind of like through these windows and there's this little white boy going, Slim Shady, you a bass head. Man, you face red. You wasted. And I look at him, I'm like, what is he doing? He said, he's doing the parts for me. And I go, he's doing the so the white boy's writing for you? And he goes, no. Marshall, come here for a minute. He goes, this is Damien from Power 106. This is Marshall Mathers, go by Eminem. I was like, oh, what's up, dog? Nice to meet you. And then they play me, I Just Don't Give a What. And they play me Brain Damage, and then they play me Hi, My Name Is, and then we're working on Hi, My Name Is. And then Dre says, can I talk to you for a second? And I was like, yeah. And we walk out in the hallway, he looks over at me and goes, how do I break the white boy? And I look at him and I go, you signed a white kid? And he goes, no, this is funny. He goes, so I go, I'll tell you what. You tell me the story of NWA from beginning to end, and don't skip the part about what the room was like when Ice Cube broke Boys in the Hood for Eazy-E. And I'll break the white boy for you. But but I'll tell you what I did though, is I got Dre's story, then I went and got Jerry Heller's story. Well, I'm a fan, so like I want to know all of that stuff. So like I listened to Dre's story, then went and found Jerry Heller and asked him his side of the story. And like compared notes. Not in the least bit. But you know what? Jerry's not that bad of a guy, man. It's like if you're stupid enough to sign the contract, then that's on you. So I got to LA and Steve Lobel, who managed Bone Thugs and Harmony at the time, we went to, well actually Mariah Carey's brother called me actually and said, I'm managing this artist. He has a release party at Ernie's Taco in Burbank. Would you go? And so Steve Lobel and I go, not knowing that Steve Lobel had said some nasty things about the Rolling 60s.
And we had we beat him up yet?
No, that wasn't yet.
Oh, we had beat him up yet.
You guys beat him up after that.
Okay.
So basically, they were going to blast Steve.
Nah, we did beat him up.
But that was after.
Nah, we had beat him up already.
Well, whatever.
We had beat him up already. Because he was, you know, I don't think he would have came if we hadn't beat him,
anyways,
beat him up again to go.
Kaz was at the release party. It was his release party. He just got shot up and he was in a wheelchair.
I was in a wheelchair. Actually, my birthday is February 1st. Hint, hint. I got shot January 19, 2000. So they snuck me out the hospital. And through and through. And so I'm hearing that, you know, the dude Steve Lobel, who he had already put hands on, which was ignorant. So don't nobody take this interview like I'm brag. It was stupid. He was the tour manager of Bone Thugs and Harmony. I did a song with Crazy Bone. He didn't like that I did a song with Crazy Bone when Crazy was getting like 100 racks. Damizza would know because Damizza made it happen. And wasn't going to clear it. But aside from not clearing it, he also said F Cass and where he's from. This is New York. Well, yeah, it could have, you could have said boo-hoo or, I don't know.
Anyways, we're sitting there, and I'm sitting with Steve Lobel, and then I start seeing everybody is, like, getting around the doors, and all the doors are covered, and then somebody walks over and wants to take Steve outside. Well, I was collateral damage, because I just happened to be there.
He was guilty by association.
There you go. Hey, nice, Cass. Oh, sorry.
There we go.
Damizzabook.com. But anyways, so what had happened was, and then one of our mutual friends came in and said, "Oh my God, you little white boy, what are you doing in here? Everybody, come on, nobody's shooting anybody." And then actually we ended up becoming friends, and it was just weird because the guy who was going to shoot me, I actually said, "Why don't you come to lunch?" And he was like, "What?" And I said, "Come to lunch." And I just wanted to sit him down and figure out what this whole gang thing was about.
And you know what? We're laughing at this, but you have to understand when you getting in this business, and that's why I was hoping tonight would be strongly about when cats are hating on a song. Like you may play stuff, cousin, and people, "Oh man, I hate that song." As an artist, you would hope that you're on the radio enough to be hated.
Yeah.
You would hope that you're on the radio enough for someone to go, "Man, I hate hearing that song." But there is so many politics in radio, and to be sitting next to such a legend, I'm just a dude off the street. I'm a first generation X, blah blah blah, and I did not understand the politics.
Politricks.
Thank you. I want to use that one.
Sorry.
And I needed to. I didn't need to understand. I needed to overstand this business. And
I needed to do that with the streets.
Right, because his answer was, "Well, I'm going upstairs," and I was the guy that was waiting downstairs. And when he was approached, he stood up like a man. So my ignorance of, and we're honestly admitting this, I was going to kill him. If you weren't going to play my music, I was going to kill you. So imagine the listeners that are sitting here going, "Am I really hearing this?" But
it was nothing personal.
It was nothing personal. So
yeah, and then I pulled a gun on the guy that was gonna pull a gun on me.
That is historic. Because the person who he pulled the gun on is the most murderous, great guy now. Shout out to the Emperor. And I used to walk in the studio because everybody knows Cass hate guns. Cousin, you know me. You know me for 12 years. I hate guns. I'd rather fight you. But
I
rappers
love playing with poppers though.
But rappers like guns. Rappers, they just love those guns. They don't want to fight. They want to just. So I can knock out about 2 or 3 dudes, but to see you guys are tough, man.
3 pounds of pressure, and I only got to use a finger.
So I would show up at Damizza studio with this silver, beautiful. I always wanted a silver briefcase like Mac Get Well Smart. Max. So I had this briefcase with a gun in it. Your cousin, you should remember this briefcase. It was the silver briefcase I used to always carry around. There was never no rap songs, and I don't have rap catalogs. There was a gun in there.
Yeah, it had 10,000 reads in 7 days. What are they saying? No one. You know what's the trip is when it's you. Like for instance, like you're saying all this nice stuff. Like I don't look at it that way. I'm just a kid from Santa Barbara. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't really look at it like. I mean, yeah, I've been really lucky to see a lot of really cool things, but that's really why I did the book. I was like, yo, as a fan, yo, let me show you what the heck I saw. You know what I mean? Like, yo, check this out. Yo, this is what happened when they did Hi My Name Is, or oh my God, this is what happened 10 seconds before Snoop walked out, and da-da-da-da-da-da. You know, and just what the scene was like. And that's what I wanted to give everybody, because to me it's like, I don't know, it's like an old movie. But what are they saying?
Let me hear you scream.